Welcome back to Life and Stylistic Tuesday. Hope you had a good time. I had so much fun on today's show, and we're on the last beat of the show, spooking out. And today we've got three amazing poets going head to head. We've got Team Laura, yeah, and then we've got Team L Poet. Then it's Snap Away, and then we've got Team Myruqa. Karibuni sana kwenye show. Guys, super excited?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so we're going to have a conversation later, but first things first, we're here because of the spoken word bit. So I'm going to start with who feels like going first?
Ladies first.
Ladies first. Oh, okay. He's super fast saying that. Okay, Laura, be the lady.
Okay, so I'll start with something short.
Perfect. And if you're comfortable sitting, great. If you want to stand. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
There is something to be said of the soul that wears its heart on a sleeve. Tugged and pulled at, it had no protection to boast, just raw skin aching to ripen with every ray of sunshine that touched it. Every drop of rainfall that graced its extended palms opened up toward the sky, ready to catch the burning stars. Even if it meant it had to hold fire, fingers clutching around a ball of heat, willing the star to lend its light to the soul that dared to hold the star, and maybe, just maybe, give it the courage to boast its exposed wrist, heart dancing on its bare sleeve.
Read. What is that about? It's so deep.
Thank you.
What is that about?
It's about wearing your heart on your sleeve, being vulnerable and being exposed and enjoying it.
Great.
Yeah.
It's facing your fears. Okay. I think we'll just go that way. Okay.
Yes.
Take it away.
I like it when it's odd, though. I'll do something a bit lighter.
Okay.
So that at least we neutralize the situation. A wise fool once said, "You must be evil to be kind." True, because heaven is just a scene away. So people stretch themselves to make a scene a day, create a scene a day. Scene a day with this queen I may describe, like Shelley. Like a child from a womb, a ghost from a tomb, like a disheartened groom. I arise and prescribe my descriptions of this beautiful creature. As a poet I picture, as a teacher I teach us, as a preacher I preach us, a richer Maya Angelou with words. A goddess they termed her, as a script they crammed her. They had ears but they heard not, except her voice. They had wrought and had fought and had sought to describe her, but failed miserably. So my shrill voice of attempt, however futile, please don't hold me in contempt, for I dreamt her. Her presence presents weakness, sickness, hysteria. Even the mightiest of gladiators dropped their swords at first glance. In mist or cloud or mast or shroud, she was the queen of queens, I say it loud. So back to the table where my date sits across me, wanting to nail to a cross me. Boss me, toss me till I turn feeble. Little riddles people will tell the tale of how I fell in hell's cast well. I went through the trouble of describing a shining star, spotted, sitting, silently sipping soda, sour seed succeeds surrounding sweet Sophia. You see, Sophia was her name, and so fear was her game, so hear me. Sophia sat so near, looked so dear, sighed so clear, so I smear the luring scent of her cologne on me. Sophia finishes me. No match, folks, my mind is winning. No church, folks, my mind is sinning. No rims, though, my mind is spinning. With just a glance, my destiny starts to dance to a rhythmless void. I am a matter to emotion not my own. What is freedom notion for if not my own? For what was I born? Blow a horn for a song not mine? Fall for beauty not mine? But criticize not, for she had it all. I think her gaze stabbed the mighty seas which bled the Red Sea, and later fell as the Dead Sea. You see, she cuts through me like Moses did with the Red Sea, and my eyes are red. See? She cast a shadow upon me, white as snow. However slow I might have known and calculated the depiction, I will date a lady resembling an ancient queen from an ancient scene of an ancient steam of bloody love, bloody emotions of love and devotion. And I measure time by how a body sways. One swing of her hip is equivalent to 10 hours of dragon slays. Pinch me from this dream or poke me, but indeed, I need not your needles. They are needless to me. I knelt down to her, we're needless, you see. Leaf subsides to leave, she decides to leave, so Akil here is left to grieve. And what's worse is she came through the womb like all others. I fought her hit through the fire, cause like Kanye, I came through the wire. Thank you.
Great. Wow. Okay.
So it's me. So
Your
these
turn.
guys just seem to be having a moment.
Yeah.
Stand up.
Please break that moment.
So this next, I'm going to perform a piece called Black Woman because I feel like women are more oppressed about their skin.
Skin color.
Skin color, yeah. Thank you. So she was a black beauty born in a light world. So when the attention never reached, she went out of reach. She decided to undo the black by putting more white. So every cream and lotion was her research. She wanted to become more light, more further away from the black. As if this was not enough, she touched her hair. It wasn't long enough, rather too short, too kinky. She needed something long, something soft, something curly, like the one she saw. Those are the ones that made her hide her own. So these black women, they never did enlighten themselves with the truth. They made themselves light. They never empowered themselves with the knowledge. They empowered themselves with the likes. And for their attention, they seek, it sucked them off dry, their dignity. And we said it was all done. But they made themselves more pretty. But pretty was just never enough. So their regrets turned into hateful tears, ruining the expensive mascara, which happened to be black. And so you wondered, if black is part of what makes you pretty, then why hide your own black? Why hide your own black? So within her shattered walls of dignity and a river of hateful tears stood a black woman. She was washing herself from the white. She forgot about the likes. Now she empowered herself with knowledge and lesson arranged like a set of cards. But like a house of cards, it came tumbling down. She had no roots. And she wished if the world could have just viewed me differently, then my whole heart will be touched. But she was the first critic of herself. How did she expect the world to take her? So these black women, they never did need love, acceptance, or appreciation. They only needed to embrace their roots, embrace themselves, love themselves the way they are. Love yourself first. The rest of the world will just have to deal with it. Myruqa.
Yes. Very important message out there.
Yeah.
Very, very important message. Why would you, I
Love
like
it.
that line. Why use black if you're already hiding your own black?
Yeah.
Very, very good. Your piece. Wow. And no. Was it a dedication?
The personas, yeah.
Ah, no way.
All right, I need to know. You know, I saw the hang before the show began. I'm just checking. Do we need to be told? No. I can make ukata, imagine. Kwa TV, asubuhi na mapema. It's okay. So maybe we'll start with the lady again.
Yeah,
How
sure.
long have you been doing this, and what inspires, or where do you draw your inspirations from to write your pieces?
Okay, I have been doing this professionally on and off for about 2.5 years maybe. But I started in 2011 in school. So it was for fun, it was just for the sake of expression. And what was the other question? What inspires me? Everything inspires me, every single thing. But I think my poetry is more to do with expressing my own feelings. I rarely take other people's stories and turn them into pieces.
Personal.
Yeah. More often than not, it's what I'm feeling in the moment when I'm writing the poem. And because I do both page poetry and I do performance poetry as well sometimes.
What is page poetry?
Page poetry it's specifically for the sake of reading. Okay. It's it doesn't come off the page as easily as say the piece that he did. Reading that piece would be great, but it's more
Spoken word piece.
It comes to life when you perform it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you expose yourself out there? Because writing about your emotions and what you feel, do you feel exposed?
Well, I try to. I mean that's my first love is acting.
Okay.
So in acting, I get to play with different roles and I get to hide. I get to wear masks. With my poetry, I like to expose something else. I like to encourage vulnerability, self-discovery, self-openness, just learning to love yourself and accept yourself and share that with the world.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same question?
Yes, I'd like to know.
I've been doing this quite a bit longer. Um, so
He's
back,
like, sorry, he's like a legend.
Oh,
He's
wow.
like a spoken
Not
word
really.
legend.
I understand the excitement. Okay.
But then I've been off the stage for quite a while. I think the last time I actively performed was 2014,
2014.
towards the end of 2014, yeah.
And he's still a legend, right?
So 2015, 2016 was like a barren period. I've been writing a lot. I started around 07, 08 to do performance poetry. Before that, obviously, there was this high school music festival, poetry festivals, and you're there. And back then, it was about the girls. So you're just doing
And
it.
that piece you
I'd
performed today was
expect
still about the girls. What do you think? Yeah, so you, different kinds of topics, or is
Yeah.
it just love?
So depending on what I feel about a particular piece of conversation happening, if it's globally, if it's locally, if it's religion, if it's politics, I only write when I feel strongly about something.
Okay.
If not, I
Zero.
I'd rarely just even try and jump on it. So I create my own themes, I create my own topics, things that inspire me to work, to go to work every morning. So most of my pieces are about ambition, I like comic books, I like movies. So you'd see
You
me
drew
borrowing.
from all of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Myruqa.
For me, I normally write when something strikes me.
Okay.
Yeah, so most of the times I can go to see a performance, then I say like, he talked about a certain topic, then I feel like I can write about it too. So I'll go down and sit down and try to come with lyrics and I write them down. And for me, I haven't done poetry for such a long time. I was only good in composition when I was in school. So I never knew I can come up with poems until last year, 2016.
Great.
Yeah.
That means you've got so much to do and so much learning. You can only get better at it right now.
Yeah, true. Yes.
Yeah. So, ready for another round?
Yeah, sure. Now that we're talking about love so much, I'll do a piece about love and I'll stand up.
Okay.
This is Say So. My love isn't any less because I don't say so. Some words aren't anymore because they're all said. So, excuse me while I carve my heart in the shape of your lips. Excuse me while I block out the sun so all I can see is your glowing face. Let the crackle in my voice be the dented pages you wish to find your name engraved upon. Love-shaped circles in the way my hands cup your face. Let the goosebumps in my skin be the spitting image of Thanksgiving dinner. My fear of losing you etched in the pores of this plucked pelt put to rest on crumpled tables of gratitude. I stand before you, a carpenter's workshop. Splinters and shavings flailing around. I am the dust that gets brushed off the thing that's worth looking at. Floating away, never to be thought of again. If my words meant anything anymore, I would use them. Dig into your ears with sweet nothings and drum the beat of your pumping crimson heritage till I hit matter. Pound letters into your mind and make you rethink the alphabet sequence. Letters senselessly misplaced in my being lose L to the sound of my voice. Find O in the touch of my skin. See V in the curve of my nose, taste E on the tip of my tongue. The gaps in your ABCs, meaningless signs of an incomplete, hushed memory from a distant thought, some lesson untaught. And if silence could speak, it would tell you the same. Show you the mouth. Duct tape in the dark corner, now shining in the spotlight of a center stage microphone. Show you the speaker of a body morphed from a disfigured childhood. Show you missed commas, forgotten full stops, T's mistaken for L's, I's unfinished lines, stories of a perfection's untold flaws. See, sometimes I mistake your smile for the air in my lungs, and the warmth of your gaze for the blood in my veins. fault the stars for the soulless stares, because your eyes are the windows to my body of mismatched fingers and knuckles. Canvas that painted my imperfections into jagged-edged frames. So, if I said the words, would you see my meaning? Would you hear me make sense? If I said the words, would that be all you needed? My love isn't any less because I don't say so. Some words aren't anymore because they're all said. So, excuse me while I let these healed wounds do all the talking. Thank you.
Deep.
Love it.
I know, love it. Totally.
Love it.
Your turn.
So finish. And I also stand.
Okay.
So the piece is called The School Bell Rings. So it was inspired, it's about ambition. So when the school bell rings, school is over, you're supposed to take on the world. What next, basically? Heaven cannot brook two sons, nor earth two masters. The school bell rings. New assignment due next week. Rule the world. I rise above tears of the fallen slaves, waves cycling to the calling caves, graves hollow and scary saves my throne. Ruler of verity, bringer of serenity, I am your king, crown me. They paint pictures with 1,000 words, but I give you 1,000 words. Get the picture? I preach to you the 1,000 verses. Get the scriptures? Dark clouds gather, Gotham slips, metropolis trembles. My empire state of mind rules, New York City assembles. I write to calm fear, but my words strike hate, taking me through curves and loops like the number 8. So when Adele set fire to the rain and became so tense, I stabbed the leprechaun, stole the gold, and burnt down the rainbow to clear the evidence. They call it ego, but I thrive in a dirty love triangle. Just me, myself, and I. My heart is jailbroken. Steve Jobs, rest in peace. It broke out of its prison I call my ribcage, tore my lungs out to express its artistry. Harry Houdini. So when I die, only bury me 6 feet under before you tell them I was down to earth. Tell them I was a righteous man. Tell them to praise my memories. Remind them how this soul was hot, how it set fire on stage. Tell them my existence was a possibility waiting to be birthed into the revolution. My soul was Che Guevara and the bullet that tore off Malcolm's skin, and this spoken word is a machine. I am the young king, lost in controversy with a GPS device, searching for redemption. I am world, I am tears, I am blood, I am fears. I am the motivation behind Rosa Parks' vision. I am the true essence of poverty, rich in the mind but hopeless in the streets. Born in the Nile, raised by the Euphrates, commanded the 7 seas, poisoned by Aristotle past, reincarnated into the future, transgressed to immortality, molded to perfection, drenched with brutality. They call me the King of Kings, ruler of all realms, conquered the son of Ned Stark. I am Iron Man from the Ironclad clan. Call me Tony Stark, a victor in this Game of Thrones. I am master of the world, slave to my destiny. I want you to remind them, to tell them how I was a merciless Leviathan attempting to roll the mighty seas and internal thunder, please. I dream to conjure up this so my ambition breaks the violent thunder breeze. I bow, Kanye West, power clap. I freeze, Snow White, power nap. I pant, Forrest Gump, power lap. This piece is an epigram, a villanelle, I, the ruler. So I soothe my subjects to make love to my predicates, hence my words wet, satisfaction. I close my eyes to reason in braille, and I am a millennium flick, a blockbuster. My world exists beyond our world. What we only fantasize, it does. It is a driven, unflinching, calculating machine that takes what it wants, when it wants, and disappears. It is swordfish, and I am a poet disguised as frozen sweat. I was then matched by this lady from the lands of the Halloweens past the Colosseum doors, first cast upon Nikki Giovanni, busted, screaming, I will survive. And as promised, she came with poise, beauty, power, and royalty, for girls never travel alone. Now watch the throne. This peace is my alchemy and she is my panacea. Let us heal and leave this world behind. You see, spirits collide in the smoke that I breathe. Molecules ignite in the thoughts that I freeze, burning up the bellies of the forgotten cities. I am the Tupate Uhuru chants in the early 60s, when people existed in the agony of decomposed rocks, when spirits hung free in the Mau Mau composed logs. Now I rule over kids with Peter Pan dreams, wearing skinny jeans to hinder their growth. This is what the storm holds beneath its wings, and if it's not over until the fat lady sings, I'll wait to hear what this beautiful melody has to bring, to spin into me so that I write in the darkest of night, show my might in the mightiest of fights. Let summer fall in this spring and bounce back to wipe the skies with salt and pepper so that my seasoning will make life taste a bit better. But for now, remember, I am just a young king who marked a smile with a razor on a joker's face and asked him, why so serious? I am the hero to my story and the villain to my end. This is my comic strip. Unlike the hard footprints embedded on the soft crust by the heroes that were before me, I will live to leave a trail for the ones after me. For I am powerful. I am Alexander the Great. I am Darius the Great. I am Augustus Fitzroy, 3rd Duke of Grafton. I am a young king, and I will rule until I am held to the throat, bleeding by the blade of my queen. And if asked who I was, I will not whisper, mumble nonchalantly, but I will tell them I was human. And even if they cut my arms and palms away, the world will still remember that I came in handy. The school bell rings.
Great. Wow. Okay, remember, Team Laura, Team Elport, Team Myruqa. You're the last guy at Kimalizia Malizia show.
So this next piece is going to be political. So thank you. Raise question, answers question. The truth is somewhere in these lies. Tell them it's not a joke before they find themselves laughing at their own funeral. The priest came tipsy. I guess he drank what he preached. The congregation is not confused. They do not know whom to look up to. They quickly forget there's someone bigger beyond these walls and rules keeping them together. So break free from the tyranny of false mentality. Praise to the Lord before you get caught by your own hands or found dead of false hopes and mistaken dreams. When the leader becomes the master, everyone suffers. Deprived of the right to claim what is rightfully ours. The master wants things to be done his way and his way only. No question asked. But sorry, master, I raise a question to the matter that affects us. So I'm going to question your answer. Is jail going to be my sanctuary now, since I stood for what I wanted, not what is so pleasing to your eyes, but punctuate that these are present days, not the all remembered but forgotten days. What did the Mau Mau actually die for? Is heaven that far? Is Jesus about to come? Ask the Judases of the nation. They'll have the answers that you need. What's the use of me getting a bigger degree if it makes me work for 100 days with no response? History written within election days, all that the government could think of is who's going to be your next. Too much pressure now? Oh, we get it. But why don't you resign from your seat if it's too hot for you? Or does the benefit make you stand the heat? Well, I don't know. You actually think that I cannot fit in your shoes even though I have better vision than you? So I'm going to let you wear it. You know where it pinches. So good luck upon hiding it from the people since you're so good at it. But wait, do not have your last laugh yet. Most of us have seen you limping, so we're going to question your accountability while we search for integrity among your answer. Society is knocking hard on my door, but I'm a free mind. I don't give in to peer pressure. They can stay out as long as I care. I did not close my mind. I didn't close the access they can use to get to me. Myruqa.
Wow.
Okay. I didn't close my mind. I did what?
I closed the access which they can use to get to me.
Great. So imagine our time is up. Can you believe it? It just went super fast. So anyway, as you come to the probably social media so that people can get in touch with you.
Yes, Facebook page, not my profile, Laura Ekumbo. Instagram, Laura_Ekumbo. Twitter, Laura_Ekumbo.
Right.
Yeah.
So the artist, there's a Facebook page, El Poet, E-L space Poet. But my Instagram and Twitter are personal. So there's a professional side, the artist. So it's Akil Ahmed _ AKIL AHMED for both Instagram and Twitter.
All right.
And for me, I will use Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
For Facebook, it's Myruqa Marvin. For Instagram, it's _Myruqa only.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming on to the show.
Thank you for having us.
You guys are deep.
Thanks.
Hey.
We try to be. What poet?
It comes naturally. All right, it's been great. We've had a ball today on Tuesday, and I hope you had some good time as well. And we can do this all over again next Tuesday. How about that? So we meet up Tuesday again for all of this and more. Remember, if you are a spoken word artist, you can get in touch with us. The email is lifeandstyle@standardmedia.co.ke. Send us that email. Let us respond to you and have you on the show. And on Facebook, it's KTN Life and Style. On Twitter, ATN Life _ Style, same as Instagram. SMS is 22840. It's been great. Have a good day, people. And let's meet up tomorrow with Pastor Chris on Relationship Wednesday. Adios.